Loneliness and spiritual awakening. Why? Sometimes one can feel lonely, especially when one's going through a spiritual awakening time. And what to do about it so that you can ultimately feel even more connected with other people. Before we start, I want to send you infinite love, joy, peace, radiance, health, where you feel it right now. You feel your state elevating as you hear my work. My name is Eric Michael, founder of the Power Life System, and if you're not subscribed already, you can subscribe, activate notifications. I have a lot of great material to bring you to make your life even better. And if you want to get a head start, give the video a thumbs up already. When one's going through a spiritual awakening process, it's really common that you're recognizing that maybe some of the things that we were focusing on before, maybe it's material things, maybe it's on certain types of activities, having more possessions, maybe competitiveness, maybe comparing with other people. We're recognizing that while that is part of society and the structure and the interment that we live in, at the same time there's something more valuable. There's something greater satisfaction, greater enlightenment, greater joy. Recognizing, connecting, and then being part of and influencing the spiritual nature of all things. At the same time, we have, at whatever enlightenment level one is, we have certain structures around us. Structures. Yes. Friends, family, things we do, our habits, our routines. So because right now you're experiencing this desire to connect even more with this incredible, infinite, positive energy, the spiritual nature of all things, as you're going through your awakening and expanding it. Because awakening isn't, oh, I'm awake. No, it's a continuous evolvement. It's infinite. That a common symptom is that an individual wants to really process it, so they kind of separate themselves from everybody else. They want to process it, or maybe they start to recognize that maybe some of the things they were doing aren't bringing them that great amount of fulfillment, so then they separate themselves from it. Or maybe it's the people, and they're thinking, well, the kinds of things they're talking about or doing, they're not bringing me the kind of fulfillment it did before because I found something even better. And then if one is separated from people, well, one can start feeling lonely unless one does some of the things I'm going to share with you. First, acknowledge that having some time to process and incorporate the things you're learning, the feelings, the experiences, and the awareness, that's normal. And what I do is I ask myself throughout the day is, well, how am I feeling? Am I radiating at this white light where I'm connected with this infinite positive energy? And one can be doing that regardless of what's going on around. It's simply a decision and awareness. And then a quickie is to close your eyes and visualize yourself radiating out this white light, even more filled with this infinite positive energy around yourself. If you want, you can see around your hands radiating white light, and then allow yourself to feel the positive emotions, right? If you're being radiated and filled, you're not being radiated like radiation. You're being filled with this white positive light of love. I'm beaming to you love. I'm beaming to you joy. I'm beaming to you connection, friendship, peace, that nature, that wonderful energy from nature. And you're filling with this, you're likely going to feel good. So throughout the day, as you're processing your new awarenesses, make sure you're keeping that connection with the higher elevated state throughout the day. Especially if you're going to go process a little bit, you may want to, if you notice, for example, maybe your energy is going down a little bit, well, go process a little bit, raise your energy, your vibration, your sensation, and maintain that high level of joy, of feeling throughout the day. When you're doing this, something that's really important to recognize is that as you're filling with this infinite positive energy, well, you're connecting even more with everyone and everything. You can visualize that because that's white light is part of everybody. You can recognize it, you can acknowledge it, or you can fill with even more connection with other people, the joy, friendship, and love. So that when you're doing this, well, yes, you're processing the things that you're experiencing, the new things. At the same time, you're also feeling the type of connection really on an even deeper level, on an energy infinite level with everybody else. So what this should do is significantly reduce or eliminate any types of feelings of loneliness, and loneliness meaning separation from people, because you're actually doing energetic activities to increase your connection with everybody and to feel the wonderful positive feelings you have when you do that. Number 2 is go get out of your house, your apartment, your farm, your boat, wherever you live, and go interact with people from your elevated feeling great state. It can be as simple as smile, but a real smile, not like a real smile, because you're radiating out and people will sense this. So what you're now doing is you're evangelizing your spiritual awakening in a sense, because what you're doing is instead of telling people what to do, you're sharing it with other people. You're sharing your wonderful energy with other people, and it can be as simple as, hi, how you doing? Hi, nice day, good morning, good afternoon. But you're sharing it with this radiance, so it's beyond the words. You're sharing this positive energy that you have because you're connected with this infinite source. So what's that going to do for you? Well, it's going to definitely reduce the feelings of loneliness, because now you're out among people and you're still more and more connected in the spiritual awakening, evolving process, getting better and better. You may notice when you do this, or maybe even when you don't even interact with someone, but people will notice that you have a great vibe. And they may even say to you, wow, you have great energy, or you have a great vibe. And that's awesome. Those are people who are basically reaching out and saying, hey, I'd like to get to know more of what you're doing and of you. And they're already connecting with you on an energy level. If you choose to continue the conversation at that point, that's your decision. However, this is going to significantly reduce, ideally eliminate the feelings of loneliness or disconnection, because now you're connecting with people in a giving way. And when we give without wanting something in return, which is really barter or exchange, or it comes back to you many times over, and it's almost unexpected. So it's even more incredible, because it's like that surprise in the morning when you see a gift or a box and it's whoa, whatever it is, it's exciting, it's a surprise. Number 3 is incorporate into your visualizations and experiencing people who have this radiance, this love, this joy that you most desire. Because perhaps this whole thing started with feeling lonely because you really wanted to be with people who are giving out more joy, maybe instead of some of the people you used to be around. That's perfectly normal. So what you're going to do now is visualize and experience those people. Sometimes what I do is I even just visualize them as white light, like white, infinite, positive, radiant light, without all of the facial features and details. Sometimes I do picture the details. Test different things. See what produces the best results for you. There's a little paradox with this, is that when you're experiencing and visualizing these people, these wonderful people or person in your life, could even be the love or a love or friendship, when you're doing it, as soon as you pass that point of wanting, or I want to get, and it becomes, oh, I already have. It's like a mental trick, if you want to say it. That's when it appears much faster, or like that. So practice that. Practice experiencing it as if you already have it, because, well, you do. And then allow it to come into your life. Because as you're with more and more people who are on this journey, it's really, really going to make you feel more connected. You can share common things. You can help each other grow and accelerate this growing and expansion process. And you'll have obviously a lot more to communicate with, talk about, and communicate about. And well, this is going to again, significantly reduce or most likely eliminate any type of feeling of disconnected, because you'll be connected and attracting those people into your life. And between when you're visualizing, experiencing that person's physically in your life, you're already experiencing the positive things of them on an energy level, because they already are in your life. Fourth is expand your consciousness to include other people who were in your life before, or who you meet, who may not be this glowing white light. Well, hopefully we don't meet like just a glowing white light. It's nice when they're in a body too, especially when we're in our body form like this. So what I do is, for people who maybe I'm having lunch with somebody or I meet somebody, is I share what I'm excited about. I'm excited about what I'm sharing with you. And I start talking about it, and then I ask questions. Have you ever asked the question, is there something more than just a nicer car, a nicer watch, the newer cell phone? And they said, yeah. And then so I started sharing a little bit. And when I'm having lunch, maybe with a friend, I'll say, oh, wait, let's give thanks for the food. Food, maybe, the whole history of the plants or what we're eating, and that we're here together and we're able to be nourished and filled with even more energy and vitality so we can go out and do even more good things. So those are a couple examples. So you can expand the things that are so incredible for yourself, and you can share them in a socially appropriate way based on what likely the person is going to be open to. There's some individuals who I know who aren't going to be as open to some of the certain ideas. So what I do is I share things that I feel people are going to be more open to help bring them bring someone from where they are, to help them get into an even better state. For example, when I was learning how to wakeboard not too long ago, and you can see the picture on my Instagram. And when you're getting up on wakeboard, they don't pull you at 100, let's say miles per hour. That would be pretty fast on wakeboard, but you get the idea. They don't, because it'll pull you out of the wakeboard. You'll flop and you'll be face first in the water. That happened a couple of times. Or it'll pull it out of your hands. So what they do is they start really slow, maybe 0.5, 1, 1, 2, and then you start pulling up, and then once the board's out of the water, you just continue. It's the same concept, that when you're expanding your awareness and you're sharing things, just share just little, maybe it's a tiny little things. Ask a question. And what you will likely find is that a lot of the people who one might think, oh, they wouldn't be interested in this, or they're just all materialistic and Instagram photos. They're actually probably looking for something more, but they haven't had, like the person I talked to yesterday, they didn't know where to go. They didn't know what to do. That's what they said. They said, yeah, I wish there's something more, but I know there's something is, but I don't know where to go. I don't know what it would be. So, and as you're expanding and you're sharing with love, without any expectation or anything in return, you're sharing something that you know is great, again, you're going to feel a lot less lonely, or ideally, you're going to feel connected really with other people, because you are connecting with other people. If these were beneficial for you, I have a lot more to share with you, so subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, activate notifications, and share comments below. What worked for you, any questions, and I send you infinite light, love, joy, connection, friendship,